speaking of massive manipulators, let's talk about Andy Cohen. So a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember exactly because we do so many shows on here, I can't keep up. But recently, I'll say, and what was it? Tim Gunn went on a podcast, and I remember he mentioned this before, but he brought it up again that he was in a relationship with someone back in the day. I think it was like 40 some more years ago. I think it might have been back in 1978 or some shit. But he said about 4 decades. We'll just stick with 4 decades because it's an easier number to go with instead of the specifics. But he said about 4 decades ago, he was in a relationship. His his significant other basically looked at him in the bed and was like, "I'm moving on. I need you to get your shit and get out of my house." First of all, that house would have went up in flames like Bernadine husband clothes and waiting to exhale if you did some shit like that to me. And I'm just like, I'll just eat the charges. I don't care. What you're not going to do is look at me across the damn bed and tell me to get my shit within 30 seconds and get about your house because you've been fucking other people. And that's exactly what he was doing while he was in a relationship with Tim Gunn. Hurt him to the point that Tim was like, and they said they was co-workers, which is the worst. Cause it's like, damn, I'm gonna burn your house down and I'm gonna burn you down in your job. Then you go to jail for arson. But you get what I'm saying. I'd have been that pissed. So Tim was like, since that whole situation went down, it turned him off from wanting to be in an actual relationship since then. So since then, he has not been in a relationship with another man. And I'm sitting there like, sir, I don't give a good goddamn how much my feelings is hurt. I will never turn myself off from wanting to be in a relationship. Or even if it would have gotten up, I probably have been more Brian Kenny about it. Like, I'm just fucking dudes, but I'm not going to get in a relationship because I was hurt so bad. I don't want my heart to be broken. So I'd rather just, and especially when you live in a metropolis, you can get away with that. Just like new man coming in, there's so many, so many, pieces of candy you could pick from. Different things you can pick of the litter. And you don't have to settle down and be in a relationship. You get your relationship side and all the comfort of all that from your friends. But if I need to get a nut off, you think I'm gonna just be over here with just me in my hand? I'm not here for your entertainment. You don't mess with me tonight. So now I'm having a pink moment because she has a song called "You in Your Hand." So, so now word on the street, and this is the street being Rob Shutter over there at on his Naughty But Nice Substack is saying that Andy wants to get all up in Tim's business and wants to help him wook and penub, hopefully in all the white places. So if there's one man qualified to stage manage a late in life love story, it's none other than Andy Cohen, the undisputed king of dating, casual sex, and cocktail. Okay, there's got to be a joke in this line. Because they said the undisputed king of dating, casual sex, and cocktail feud matchmaking in New York City. Here's the thing. Andy Cohen can't even get a man for himself. So how the hell he gonna find Tim Gunn one? But anyway, let's get in the article. Long before Tim's recent celibacy confession stunned fans, he was part of Andy's original rival dynasty. When Project Runway first stitched itself into pop culture history, Tim was working under Andy's executive reign. Loyalty like that doesn't fade, it ferments. Saying, quote, Tim working for Andy Cohen when Project Runway launched on Bravo, there's real loyalty there. This is real affection. And affection in Andy's world usually comes with a dinner reservation and at least 3 eligible bachelors on standby. So now, after Tim revealed he's been celibate for 43 years following a devastating breakup during the early days of the SIDA crisis, friends rallied, but Andy, he's taking it personally in a sweet way, mostly saying, quote, Andy thinks Tim deserves joy in every form. If that includes a fabulous a fabulous late in life love story, he's here for it. Translation, Andy is ready to work the phones. Now, let's be clear. This is a man who can turn Hampton's weekend into a dating Olympics. He knows who's single, who's emotionally available, and who just thinks they are. If there's a charming architect with a townhouse in the West Village and a fondness for bow ties, Andy already has him pre-screened. But wait, it gets better. I'm told Heidi Klum has also entered the chat. Yes, Heidi has been calling her fabulous homosexual friends to see who is free. Because if there's one thing Heidi loves more than Halloween, it's a romantic plot twist. Now, here's the thing. If friends are trying to help Tim Gunn look for love. I think that's a noble thing. I also don't, but on the flip side, I don't know how I feel about that because sometimes I don't think some people know what a person's type is. And you trying to hook me up with somebody, and I'm like, mm-mm, it's a bad experience. I've had people try to hook me up in relationships, and I'm like, girl, I'm about to whoop your ass. Because first of all, you really don't know me as a person. Y'all be thinking that just because we're all homosexuals that we have that in common. Yeah, we all got dicks and ass, but there's more to me than that. There's things that I look. I mean, I don't. And honestly, I feel like for me, person, like relationship wise, I don't have a specific type. It all depends on energy and chemistry and how we get along and conversation. Like you also have to be able to carry a damn conversation. Because if you can't carry a conversation, you say some dumb shit, I'm out. And I think it's hard for me today because as a Virgo, I am such a perfectionist. And what like I can be a little nitpicky in a lot of things. And it takes a lot for me to give people a chance, which I know can be annoying for a lot of people. So I rather just start in a friend situation. And if it develops into something else there, maybe I need to open myself up a little more because I could be a bit of a hard ass. I will admit that. But Tim has to be ready to take that step because I would be damned if I'm going to be my 60s and 70s and I ain't getting my nut off. Like, are you crazy? I mean, I don't know if Tim is out. That would have been a good question to ask. I'm like, are you at least like fornicating? Are you even getting it in with some dudes? Or is it literally just you just don't engage with other men? Because I'd be damned if I'm gonna let one person have me in a chokehold for the rest of my life while this mother flower is running around screwing Tom, Dick, and Harry. I ain't never gonna let somebody just just enter me into forever celibacy. Hell to the no. I'm gonna get my. I mean, I may like close myself off in a relationship unless it just accidentally falls into that. But I'm gonna still get my nut off, especially if you live in New York. And Tim is in New York, so I don't understand why he would close himself off from that. But like I said, I don't know. Look, I don't know how Andy trying to do whatever he's doing. I'm like, but Andy is single, but you're gonna be able to find somebody else a relationship. Then they said, but look, then again, they said the same thing about Patty Stanger. Remember when she did Millionaire Matchmaker? How you hooking people up and you ain't got a man? But sometimes I guess it's best that people are better at hooking other people up but can't find shit for themselves. It happens. So we have that. And I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Can you see Andy Cohen possibly hooking Tim Gunn up in a relationship or Heidi Klum? But like I said, it all depends on. It's still a whole, it's a lead a horse to water type situation. He has to be ready to take that step. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.